Okay, so today's class is about Vnet peering. Means how to create a virtual, two different Vnets, how to deploy virtual machine inside it, and test the connectivity between two different virtual machines which are in different Vnets. And if the connection is not there, how can you establish the Vnet peering, local Vnet peering? Okay, we are going to do that. So before we get started, that let us write and create a diagram here. Okay, so we can just create a VNet here. Both are in the Western Europe only. Okay, so this is a VNet. Maybe the address space is like 172.16.0.0.0/16. Under that I can create a subnet. Okay, one more small network, because you cannot place computer directly in the VNet. You need to create a subnet because it's a /16 network, means it has got about 65,000 IP address will be there. I don't need to waste all the thing. I want to create a small portion of the network. I will just create one which is 172.16.1.1.0/24, and yeah, this is my VNet 1. Similarly, I will create one more in the Western Europe only. Okay, and this one is like 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, and the IP, the subnet is, let me create a small one. This can be like 192.168.1.0/24. Okay, and this is VNet 2, and this is also in the Western Europe. So by default, when you try to ping here, no connectivity will be there. So what we have to do, we have to establish the VNet peering. Okay, so let us get started. This is our scenario now. So I will quickly log into the portal. I think I've already logged in. Yes, I already logged in. And what I will do, I'll go to virtual networks. You just go to the global search and type virtual network. See, virtual networks. This is called VNets. VNets are nothing but virtual networks. So what I will do, click on the create option. Once you click on the create option, it will ask you to select the subscription. Okay, you will, if you have multiple subscription under the single tenant, all the subscription will be listed. Say for example, you are working in a company called Microsoft, big gain companies. Okay, so there, here when you click on the subscription, you will see more n number of, like 15, 20, 30, 100 number of subscriptions. They will create separate subscription for separate applications, or they will create separate subscription for separate environment, like production separate, test separate, regression separate, stage separate, and like that they will create separate subscriptions to keep the workloads, to segregate the cost. They should know quickly how my test environment is performing, how much I'm spending in the testing environment, or production, how much I'm spending. So these kind of things can be easily tracked when you have separate subscriptions. Okay, so now in my case, I'm having only the free trial subscription, and when you click on the resource group, it is listing all the available resource groups. Okay, so resource group is nothing but it's a group, or it's a container where you can place all the resources clubbed together. Like you create a folder to keep all the videos in a folder. Maybe under the videos, maybe your hero wise, different hero wise, or maybe year wise, or maybe melodies wise, or the genre wise, you will keep the things. No? The same fashion here, resource group can be created according to your need. If you want to keep all the resources to a particular application in a single RG, you can create RG. Or application wise you can create, or depend upon the need you can create. Okay, in my case, what I will do, I'll click on create and I'll add a new one. Okay, this is called as VNet or maybe network RG, or let me put LAN RG. Okay, local area network example. Okay, I just gave a name. You can even give whatever name you wanted, and the virtual network name I will give VNet01. Okay, where I wanted to keep, I wanted to keep it in the Western Europe, not a problem. I'll click on next. Once you click on next, it is asking you to select the firewall thing. See, it is not a problem, it is all security related. Okay, application team will tell what to select and what not to select. Okay, so you say next. Now you need to mention the address space. So in my scenario, VNet1 has got 172.16.00/16, correct na? So I will give the same thing, 172.16.0.0/16. Yes, and you see I told you 55,000, 65,500 something I told na? The same IP address are here. Now let me create a subnet. See, I have added the name for a VNet here. Okay, now let me keep the range here. This is not the range actually. This is the range. Okay, here what I will do, 172.16.1.0/24. Okay, see, it is giving me 256 IP address. Okay, I will click on save. Now you see here you have a address range of the VNet is 172.16.0.0/16. It's a /16 network. You have 65,536. You have a bigger land, imagine. And in that you are just using some portion. How many IP address you are using? You are just using 256 IP address because you are only using /24. Okay, bits, 24 bits for the host. Okay, so once you give that, you can say next. Okay, if you want to tag, you can tag, otherwise not a problem. It is just running the validation. So then you create. Now you can review it. See what is the IP address range, what is the security options, what is the basics information, and we can click on create. So this is how you create the virtual networks. It won't take much time. It will be a quicker action, like less than 15-20 seconds. Okay, see, deployment is in progress. So when you click on this deployment, so in the Microsoft data center in the Western Europe, a dedicated hardware will be given to you. Means maybe a router or a switch will be given to you. Okay, and automatically this configuration will be done in the Western Europe data center. Okay, now let me go again to the virtual networks and you see the VNet01. See, it is there, VNet01. Let me also create another VNet02. Okay, so for VNet02 also same RG I am going to put LAN-RG. Okay, after the lab I can delete the entire thing. So my VNet name is VNet02. That is also in the Western Europe. And I will say next. Security, I don't want to select anything. In the IP address tab, I need to see what is my IP address range. See, my IP address range is 192.168.0024. Okay, so what I will do, 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, it is not 24, it is /16, because see, 192.168.00/16. Okay, now if you look at here, now I have given the address space for the virtual network. I need to create a subnet now. Now see, by default the subnet name came. So let me click on edit option. So I can even change the name. Okay, you can put the name subnet01. Okay, VNet02, VNet02 -subnet01. I would have renamed the other one also, but I missed it. Sorry for that. So now 192.168.1.0/24. See, it has taken. Now you have to define and save it. So once you save it, you can just say next and next, then it is doing a validation whether all the, it is just reviewing all the things. Okay, what are the basic information, see what subscription, what is the resource group, what is the name of the vnet, and which region you are deploying, is there any specific security related things to be taken care, everything you review, and you can click on create. Now both the virtual networks are in place. You have, it is still deploying, but anyway within 15 seconds this will be available. When you go to the virtual networks, right, if you go to the home option, click on virtual networks, you will see both the newly created vnets available here in the subscription. Okay, which is a subscription, it is my free trial subscription under the resource group LAN RG. Okay, and the resource name is vnet01 and vnet02. Okay, let me refresh it. It is done. Yeah, now you see here I have both the vnets, vnet01 and vnet02, and if you look at the vnet options, okay, if you click on the address space, see, if you click on the address space, it is telling you the address space is 172.16.00/16, and the address range is 172.16.0.02, 172.16.255.255, and the total IP address is 65,536. How this will come? The address will start like this. The first IP address in this range, like 172.16.0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 up to 0.255. Then once 0.255 reaches, then the first number here is this one will start like 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, like that, 1.255. Then 2.1, 2.2, it will go up to 255. Okay, like that if you write, the total IP address will be coming in the space is 65,536. Okay, in that we are just using some portion, see here, which is my default subnet. I'm just only 255 IP address. Okay, in the Azure, if you create a /24 network, first 4 and the last one IP address will not be used. Okay, that is why it is only showing available IP is 251, even though you are not connected any devices. If you want to see what all computers are connected to this subnet, you can just click on connected devices here, and you will understand how many virtual machines are connected to this one. Okay, so that is about the vnets. Okay, so before I go to the virtual machine deployment, I wanted to show you some other things also. See here, normally what happens in the on-premises, you will manually go to the server. Okay, like this, you will go to the computer ncpa.cpl, you will just enter and you will see the network interface card, correct now? So you will open the network interface card. Okay, and you will go to the TCP or IPv4, and you are manually adding the DNS address here, like 192.168.190.30, something like that, right? You will manually add, but in the IP address also you will manually add. But in case of Azure, it is not like that. In case of Azure, you should not go to the network interface card properties and add the IP address. If you put it, if the machine will go out of the network, you will not be able to connect to the virtual machine at all if you do like that. So what you have to do, see, you are not assigning the IP address for any resources, correct now? So the Microsoft, because you are directly giving the address range and Microsoft is assigning the IP address to the computer. So what you have to do, to give the DNS address, you need to go to the subnet here or VNet and go to the DNS options, and here you can click on custom DNS and you can add the DNS like 192.168.1.10 like that, and you can save it. Then any computer which is placed inside this VNet will pick up this DNS address. These are all the basic things, and these are all the very crucial things. Okay, so if you talk with the interviewer or maybe with your manager, you should speak these kind of things. Okay, because see, if you just do the course in the Udemy or wherever, they will not explain all these things. These are all comes in the within the experience. Okay, so that is about the VNets. And if you want to see any peering is happened, see no peering is happened now, means there is no connectivity between this vnet 01 other vnets available in the subscription. So this is about the vnet. Now let me quickly go to the virtual machines and create two virtual machines, keeping one virtual machine in both the virtual networks. So let me click on create a virtual machine. I think I need to delete the existing one because I don't have free things now. So let me click on this. I'll go to RG. See how to delete the resource group. See, if you click on this resource group, there are multiple resources. See, for the ecom VM01 only have the virtual machine, your public IP address, your NSG, disk, snapshot, network interface card, and also see another disk, network security group, public IP. Many things are there. If you simply delete the virtual machine here, if you click on this one and if you click on here delete option, you will only delete this virtual machine but not the resource group and the inside the the resources inside the resource group. So in cloud everything is chargeable guys, only the vnet and rg is not chargeable, only the resource group and the virtual network is not chargeable, rest everything is chargeable only. So what you have to do if you want to do a graceful decommission or deletion, okay, what you have to do, you just have to go to the rg, okay, select the rg name and here you have delete resource group. Once you do that, you will delete the resource group and the resources within that rg, entire things will go off. This is the graceful thing, okay, but you have to check with your manager or maybe your team whether do you need to delete the entire rg. Here in my case I am having only one virtual machine, correct na? So not a problem for me if I delete. Sometimes what happens, maybe you wanted to delete this particular VM but in the resource group you have 2-3 virtual machines. If you delete the resource group, not only this VM will go, all the VMs will go up, then that is a disaster, you will be in problem. That time what you have to do, what you can do, you can just come here vcom01, okay, and you can just put the filter here, just put the filter like this and all the VM related things will come, then you select like this and then delete here option, delete option is there, okay. This is how you have to handle. So fine, let me delete this also. Shall I delete this, Nanda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So what you can do, you can go to the RG here, HRD RG01, delete resource group. You can select the RG name here and you can put delete. So once you click on delete, here you can see the things are in progress. RG deletion is in progress. Okay, since Microsoft will not give you to create multiple virtual machines in the free trial subscription. There is a limitation, 1 or 2 machines you can create. So since I have 2 virtual machines, I am just trying to clean up all the virtual machines available with me and then I can deploy the virtual machine. Okay, so now let me go to the virtual machine parallelly and try to create virtual machine. Click on create, select the Azure virtual machine option. Now you need to select the RG. I will put the RG like LAN RG only, or if you want to keep separately like VNet RG, VNet01 RG. Okay, so fine. See, I'm keeping that. Virtual machine name is VM01. Region is Western Europe. Okay, and availability zone, I don't need any availability option, I don't need any redundancy because it's my test lab, not a problem. Security also I don't need, let us the standard one. And image, you can select either server 2016 or server 2019, not a problem. I will select server 2022 data center because whatever you do you have to do with the latest one. Okay, so then it is asking me to select the size, which size of the virtual machine you wanted to build, means what should be the configuration, how many CPUs you need, how much of memory you need. Okay, so when I tell size in the cloud, Size is nothing but it is your configuration. Okay, so it is like how much memory you need, how much CPU you need, and how much C drive you need. Okay, that is about. By default, in the cloud, if somebody talks about configuration or the size, it is only CPU and memory, not about size, not about the disk. Disk by default it will come. The C drive will come with 100 GB. Okay, 128 GB will be coming by default. Okay, but the CPU and memory will be chargeable by default. You see here, I can deploy. I can see one size here. Let me select that. Okay, and put some username. You should not use administrator account in the, let me show you, administrator account in the Azure. It's, see, username cannot contain special character. Username must not include the reserved words. Why? Because here into mark is there for usernames must not include the reserved words. The word called administrator is reserved only for the Microsoft because Microsoft is managing everything in the backend. So you should not use a local administrator because it's a username must not include the reserved word. See, so what I have to do? Local. I will give local administrator. Local administrator. Local administrator. Yes. Password you can give password at the rate 123. Password at the rate 123. Okay, and I'm good. Public inbound is it is how we know in the virtual in case of Azure. By default, no connectivity there for the virtual machine because you are keeping the virtual machine somewhere in the remote data center, Microsoft, correct na? And you are sitting in India, but you are deploying the virtual machine in Western Europe. If you keep all the traffic opened, it is a security risk. That is why Microsoft will always tell you, please make sure you will only allow the required ports. You should not allow any other ports which is not required. So in my case, I only need the RDP port now. As of now, I need to connect to the computer remotely. I need to take the remote of the computer which is there in the Microsoft data center, and that is the reason I can allow RDP. Or if you are deploying any application like HTTP or HTTPS, you can just select HTTP and HTTPS. If it's the Linux server, you can select SSH port number 22. Okay, in my case now I'm only selecting the RDP which is 3389 port. Okay, so now I'll click on next option. Once you click on next option, you need to select the disks option. See, I told operating system by default it is 127 GB. You can select what other sizes if you want, but if you select other sizes, the price will be increased little bit, depend upon the size and the SKU. And the SKU, do you need any kind of redundancy? You can just go with the redundancy option here. Okay, so I will not select anything, and I don't need data disks also. I click on networking. Networking, what I will do, I will select the Vnet01. I will not create, I have already created one na? Here see Vnet01. I will select the network here. In the networking tab of the virtual machine creation, you need to select the Vnet which is already created. In my case, it is Vnet01, correct? Now you see here, in my case, it's the 172 is like Vnet01, which is in my Western Europe, correct? Now the first network. So Vnet01. And the subnet, it is a by default one. I have not created any other, and I have not renamed also here, but for the other one I have done. And since I am deploying this virtual machine in the virtual data center which is Western Europe, I cannot connect without the public IP. That is the reason I am creating a public IP also. But in the real time, you don't need to associate any computer with the public IP. Public IP, if you put, means the computer is in risk. So VM01 IP, let it be there. Okay, and the network NSG is basics, not a problem. Public IP inbound, it's fine. Okay, rest everything is same. So I'll go to the management. If you want to see something, you can just see, otherwise no need to do. If you want to enable monitoring, you can do advanced, tags, and review. See, you have multiple tabs here: basics, disk, networking. The first three is very important. Without completing the basics, you cannot go to disk. Okay, in the disk, if you want to add and increase the size of the C drive, D drive, you can add it here, or you can even add the data disk. Then networking. Networking is very crucial. You need to define in which subnet or in which VNet you need to deploy the VM. So apart from these three tabs, these are all optional, and the tag is mandatory when you are at real time office. Okay, so now I'm gonna create it. See, if I click on create, the virtual machine is started deploying in the data center Western Europe. See here, if I click on here, submitting the deployment. See, the deployment is in now progress. See, you can see the deployment is in progress status. Okay, so let this happen. What I will do, I'll quickly go to the virtual machine now again, and I'll create the second virtual machine just to save the time. So click on Azure Virtual Machine, and I will set the free trial subscription, and the virtual machine I can keep it in the Vnets 02 RG. Okay, I'll create a separate RG also. Vnet 02 RG. Okay, not a problem. Okay, did I do something? Okay, fine. Virtual machine name is VM02. Region is Western Europe only. Availability, I don't need any availability options, and I don't need to have the security. Let's just go the standard one. And data center, or if you want 2016, I can put it 2016 or 2019. I'll put 2019 here. Okay, 2019. And it is asking me the size. I'll just go with the size only, not a problem. Okay, and username, I should not use administrator. I just said I need to do local administrator. Okay, and the password is password at the rate 123, password at the rate 123. Okay, and I'm just enabling the RDP port, which is 3389, and the disk, I will not increase or decrease the size of the disk. I'm not adding the data disk. Then I quickly click on the networking. But here networking is very, very important. In the networking, I should not select the VNet 01, because VNet 01 we already deployed VM01. I need to select VNet 02 here, because in my solution, see, the VNet 02 is there, and that is a 192.168.00/16 network. Okay, so now this is basics. It's fine, not a problem. Click on management. I don't have to do anything here. Monitoring, I don't have to do anything here. Similarly, advanced, no need to do anything. Tags you need to do when you are at real time office. You just have to select the tag value, like owner, application owner, application OW owner, value maybe Manjunath. Okay, and resources, that's fine. Okay, you can say review and create. Now it's a quick review will happen. Yeah, you have to click on create. Now in the data center, you are trying to build a virtual machine. Okay, two virtual machines which are going on. See, one is done already, create a VM is done, another one is going on. Let me go to the virtual machines now. Okay, once you go to the virtual machine, you can see here, this is the virtual machine I have created. I'll click on the VM01, and if you look at the overview blade here, this is the overview blade, right? And you see my resource group is Vnet 01 RG. Correct. I have created a new RG Vnet 01 to keep all the resources in the same one. And status is running. Location is Western Europe. Operating system is about 2022. Data center Azure Edition. And the size, you see, size is DS1 V2, which is 1 CPU and 3.5 GB of memory. And the public IP is this one. And if you see here, the virtual network and subnet, my VNet is Vnet 01, and the subnet is subnet default 01. Okay, and DNS is not configured here. Okay, to configure the DNS, probably you can go to here, the Vnet 01, and click on DNS servers, and you can click on custom. You can put 8.8.8.8, which is Google's DNS one. Okay, not a problem. If you have your own personal, you can add it there, not a problem. Okay, I can even show that as well, like 192.168.190.10, just an example. Okay, fine. Now if you go back to the VM01, yeah, let it get happen. Now if I just do the refresh, you can just add some name here. Okay, my first, or like Facebook node 1, like this you can put example, not a problem. Okay, save it. Then if you put Facebook node 1 also, you will be able to open this application, or if you just put the IP address also, you will be able to open this application, not a problem. Okay, so if you just refresh, it will reflect here. See, Facebook 1 dot, Facebook node 1 dot western europe dot cloud apps dot azure.com. If you put like this, now we copy this one, copied. Now go to MSTSC, the remote management, put this one, and if you enter, see, you are able to connect. See, it is asking me the username password. Okay, so you can do like that, or you can even just download the RDP file here. Connect, click on connect, and download the RDP file. See, download the RDP file, you have downloaded, and it is inside the connect. Password @123. So now I am connected to the Vnet 01, the virtual machine VM01. Okay, I am able to log in. Fine. Now quickly check whether the VM02 is up and running, or it is deployed or completed. Yes, VM02 is also ready, and if you see, that is in the Vnet 2 RG. Okay, I'll open the VM02, and if you look at the review option here, it is not in Vnet 01, it is in Vnet 02, and subnet is Vnet 02 hyphen subnet 01. It is correct, not a problem. Now click on connect, and then download the RDP file here, and then click on the VM02 RDP file, connect. Yeah, and enter the password, which is password @123. You have to click on yes and getting in. Or what I can do, I'll rename it properly. Wait, if I go to overview, in the DNS name, I will just make it little change. Wait, instead of Facebook node 1, I'll do VM01. See, node 1 it is taken, so it is easy. Okay, similarly I'll do it for the VM02 as well. I'll go to VM02. Okay, I'll go to this DNS name, and not configured, I can put node 02, node 02 or node 2. Node 2. Yeah, this is a universal name. Okay, so if somebody is already used, it won't come. That is why it is not coming there. Okay, see, it will come node 22, or maybe node 02, 002. Yeah, it's fine, because it is fine now. Now you see here. Now let me check the IP address of this computer. How to check the IP address? Can somebody tell me how to check the IP address of the computer? Go to command prompt and type ipconfig. Okay, and you see, this is the IP address. My first VNet is 172 series. See here. First VNet is 172.16.1.0 series. You can see the IP address like 172.16.1.4. I told you in the VNet, in the Azure subscription, Total 5 IP address will not be usable. First 3 IP address and the last 2 IP address cannot be used. That is why my first virtual machine started with 1.4 and not 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Okay. Now quickly go to the other computer VM. Okay, I'll select, go to command prompt, and I will say ipconfig, and you see here also same range, same IP but different range, 192.168.1.4. Now let me try to ping the other IP address from this computer, 192, that is 172.16.1.4. see, it is not in pinging. Similarly, if I go to the other computer, other server, and I'll try to ping ping space 192.168.1.4 minus t or hyphen t, if you put, it will keep on continuously keep on pinging. Okay, but there is no response because both are in the two different Vnets. Now you know by default no two Vnets will have the communication. This is what I was explaining yesterday and today morning also. So how to establish the connection between two different Vnets? You need to do the Vnet peering. So before I do that, let me also check the firewall here. Firewall.cpl. Okay. If you open firewall.cpl, see the firewall is on. Let me turn off the firewall. Turn off. This is a Windows firewall, guys. Okay. So fine. I have turned off. Now let me ping it again. It is not happening. Ideally this is pinging. That side it should be pinging. Wait. See, here also it is not pinging. So Control C and firewall.cpl. I'll turn off the firewall here. I mean, just to make sure how to check the connectivity, troubleshooting. This is how you have to do. See, you have a two Vnets, you have two computers, and you are trying to check the connectivity, but connection is not there. How to troubleshoot? You need to make sure whether the computers, both the computers are up and running. If you come to the portal, if you go to the portal and you are checking, see VM01 is up and running and VM02 is up and running. Let me open the VM01 and go to the resource tab here. This is important, how to do the troubleshooting. Okay, here you have the resource health. Click on the resource health and it shows healthy. See, it is available and it is healthy. See, started by the user, customer issue, not a problem, but there is no issue. That means the computer is healthy. If you want to see the serial console, click on serial console here. It will show the current status. See, it will show the current status, and also one more option is there. Wait. See, if you see the boot, if you see the boot diagnostics, right, you will see the computer is up and running and the computer current status is this one. So that means the computer is up and running, it is there in the network. That means you don't have to worry about the computer is up and running or not. So computer is up and running, but still I don't have connectivity. The second step, you need to make sure whether the firewall is up and running. The firewall, now I just turned off both the firewalls, correct na? Now even though I have turned off the firewall, there is no connectivity. What is next? Then you need to check whether the Vnets are peered or not. Go to this virtual machine, overview, go to the Vnets, here and go to the address page. Just below that you have peering, see, and you see there is no peering, means the Vnets are now isolated, there is no connectivity. So what I have to do, I have to click on Vnet peering here. So click on add option and you tell this virtual link or the peering link name is like from Vnet 01 to Vnet 02. Okay, it is asking allow Vnet 01 to access the peered virtual network, yes, or allow Vnet 01 to receive the forwarded traffic from the peered virtual network. You can even select both, not a problem. Okay, so what is the peering link name? Remote. There it is Vnet02 to Vnet01. Earlier it was not like this. It was you have to create both the places. But now it is lot of changes happened. Okay. So now I have selected both send. See allow also. See allow Vnet01 to access the peer virtual network. Okay. And you see allow Vnet01 to receive the forwarded traffic from the peered virtual network, means you will allow also, you will receive also. Okay. Send also, receive also. Okay. And allow gateway, not a problem. Enable peer virtual networks remote gateway, fine. So now you have to give a name. I have given the name, and you have to select what is the virtual network. Okay. This is Vnet02, because Vnet01 to Vnet02, right? So I'm just allowing it. Okay. So receive also, I will click. So now I will click on add. Once you click on add, you are telling, see, Vnet01 to Vnet02 is connected. What is the peer? It is a peer is Vnet02. Okay. Now it will take some time, and you can see the connectivity started now. Can you see? Now the connection is established. Similarly, I'll go to the other virtual machine. See, other virtual machine also connection is started. So this is how you establish the connection between two different VNets from the different same region and the different region. Okay, but we just did in the same region. Okay, now you can do, if you want to transfer some files, you can transfer. See, like 172.16.1.4/c. You can access the file. See, so you are able to access. You are creating a file here. New folder, test folder. Okay, where it is? It is in the VNet. I mean, it is you have put it in the 1.4, but you are there in the 192.168.1.4. You are there, but you have access 172.16.1.4, or you can even put like this: VM01 slash C dollar. Let me try. I need to copy node 01, I guess. Node 01. Let me check the name. What was the name of the VM 01? Okay. This one, node 01. Okay, go here. Go to the virtual machine here. Okay, you can just put like this. See, DNS is not there now. That is why it is not happening. If you have the DNS, and if you create the DNS record, it will be possible. I'll show you why it is. NS lookup 192.168.1.4. If you put, it is okay. It is resolving. Okay. Wait. Then I will do it now. See, similarly, if you do 172.168.1.4, it is resolving. Okay, fine. See, the name is this one. I have to copy this name. Okay, and go here, // Control V /C : enter. Okay, this is my base machine. Sorry, guys. I am doing it in the base machine. That's why it is not happening. Wait. So I just have to paste like this. Maybe it is not in the local DNS, it is not listed. That is the reason. So what I can do, let me check what is the name of the computer. Host name, it is VM02 only. Start / VM02. This is same VM, but if I do VM01, it is not happening. See, it's a remote machine, no? So we don't have any DNS register. That is why it is not happening. Even, but that H4 it is coming, na? That H4 is coming from the Microsoft side, but connectivity is not established. That is the reason it is not coming. But however, using the IP address, you are able to connection, do the establish the connection. Means that is fine. We have the connectivity. Okay. And now I have created a test folder in this 1110. I'll go to the other one. Okay, I'll go here. Okay, and just check in the C drive. See, in the C drive I should have a folder called test. See, it is there. So now you are able to establish the connection, you are able to talk to the computer, both the computers. Okay, so this is about the overall Vnet peering option. So we have one more Vnet peering. Okay, when you create the Vnets in two different regions, okay, that is called as global Vnet peering. Okay, so for that you need to deploy virtual network gateways and all. So we will try to do that as well. Okay, maybe tomorrow I will update you about the tomorrow's class. One second, let me stop the recording.